Hi y'all, today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to take a road trip, visit my old friend Ken Rizza. Ken, you might remember, was the founder of Woodturner's Wonders, and now he's on a new adventure, Power Carving Depot. So this is not going to be specifically about wood turning, but if you're interested in embellishing your wood turning or just wood carving, I think you're going to find this interesting, so stay tuned. Hey Ken.
Hey Mike.
Good to see you again.
Yeah man, good to see you too.
Last time we talked about all things wood turning, now you headed in a different direction.
Yeah, we have. We've gotten creative again, so want to talk about it?
Let's do.
So what happened with Power Carving Depot, I actually started the company in 2025 in January, so we're a little over a year in business now. And kind of what got me started on it was I took a wood carving class at Woodcraft.
That's with Sammy Long?
Sammy Long,
yeah.
It was one Sammy Long did, and we did some relief carving and stuff. But you know, what he had done was send out a list to 8 or so students that were taking the class about the stuff that we needed to get in order to take the class. And so, and he directed us to a company to get the stuff, and which will remain nameless. And so, you know, by the time I got done, and you know, of course, I could have got a less expensive machine, but you know, I'm always one of those go big or go home guys. So what I decided to do was get the same machine that he uses, and it was a Ram model, and $714 for the carver. And it wasn't all that much, I mean, as far as what it would do and so forth, but it was the best they had. And so by the time I bought that, the Burrs and stuff that they wanted and so forth, I was like $900 out the door to take a one-day class with Sammy Long, you know. So, but you know, because of my contacts, you know, overseas and stuff with Woodturner's Wonders and the people I know over there, I started, you know, looking into that type of equipment and different things and what I could get, and you know, and because of my inventiveness, like with the things that I did with Woodturner's Wonders and help create new products, I saw some things that could be improved also in wood carving, and I said, you know what, I think I'm going to take a run at this. And so, so we started Power Carving Depot, which is powercarvingdepot.com, and so we started launching products that were heads and tails above anything the competition offers. Yeah, so what we want to do today is go over our different machines and the reason why we have them and what they can do. One of the things that I've always prided myself with, even with you know, Woodturner's Wonders, was to be able to offer something at a better price with a superior quality with more features and benefits. And so this is our big blue flagship carving machine. It weighs a massive 14 pounds and it has a 300 watt transformer in it. And you could actually run 2 hand pieces with it at the same time. So if there's a couple people who like to carve, you know, they can do it at the same time. And they also come with foot pedal controls too, so you could use a foot pedal on them. But just some of the hard facts on them, it is 110 volt, and this bigger hand piece will take 1/4 inch shanks. A lot of people have been putting their Fordham machines away and messing with that cable and all that kind of stuff. These things are very powerful. These have 12 Newton meters of torque, which is way better than anything else I've been able to find on the internet as far as micro carvers. This is going to go 50,000 RPMs and takes up to a 1/4 inch shank. The other hand piece that comes with it, again, it's far superior to anything on the market in that this will go 90,000 RPMs. Most of the ones you're going to find out there top out at 40 or 50,000 RPMs. This will go up to 90, and it does have a quick twist lock on it to take it out. This one comes with an 1/8 inch collet. We also provide with the machines all the different collets, which in most cases we can use an adapter. We can just step them down to a smaller shank size without having to change the collets. So, and those are all provided and included with the machine. The other thing I wanted to say is that it comes with a full 1-year warranty. Most of the machines you see out there are like 90 days. The retail on this machine is $595. There isn't this. This was our answer to the big Ram unit, which sells for $700 and something. I believe that one's around 150 watts or something. So this was double. Their machine does not go up to 90,000 RPMs. So it's head and shoulders better, and it's over $100 less. So there's some real value there, and check out Big Blue. This is our new Pyro Carver Pro is what we call it. Not ever being one to leave well enough alone, I said, you know, gee, we got Big Blue and it's got all this power, it's heavy wattage and stuff. Why don't we put a wood burning machine built into the Big Blue? And this was the result. We worked on this probably 7 or 8 months with the manufacturer. And what's cool about this is you get all the same equipment as you do with the Big Blue as far as the hand pieces. It'll take a 1/4 inch shank and 50,000 RPMs, and this one that'll go up to 90,000 RPMs. The only difference is because of the having the burner built into the machine, you can't run 2 hand pieces at the same time. You just have to toggle back and forth between the 2 hand pieces, because that's what most people like to use 2 hand pieces for without having to change the burrs, from one machine to another. You can put a different burr in each machine and just swap back and forth your heart's content. The burner has a whopping 220 watts. So this thing heats up very quickly, which I know is the cause of a lot of frustration for a lot of people that do wood burning. And it also comes with a big array of tips, the ones with the little balls, the feathers, the whole array of different tips that are included, and you get 2 pens. So, if you compare that to, a lot of burners out there that maybe offer, similar equipment, you're going to be way over $200, just for a burner, and that's all included with this machine. The retail price on this machine is $685, and it's well worth it because, like I say, you get all the benefits of a Big Blue, and all the benefits of a first class, high temperature, quick starting burner. So we're real proud of this machine. I think there might be one other machine on the market that does have a combination like this, but it's much smaller and it doesn't have near the power or anything that this one is. So this one is really in a class by itself, and if you're serious, I know you're going to enjoy it. Okay, so our next machine, I guess we could call our mid-level machine as far as affordability. We call it our Power Pro, also 110 volt, and it's 180 watts, which, again, I keep comparing stuff to Ram because it's a popular machine, but a comparable Ram model that doesn't even have the same wattage sells for over $300, like $350, I think. This machine is $275. It has a hand piece that goes 90,000 RPMs as opposed to the other ones on the market that might go 40 or 50,000. So that's a real benefit. It comes with a 1/8 inch collet for those 1/8 inch burrs, and we provide you step down adapters so you could go all the way down to 3/32. It has 2 wrenches that comes with it if you have to change the collet, but most of the time you will not. The only time you might have to change it is if you have a 3mm shank. You can't have a step-down adapter for a 3.175 to 3. There just isn't enough metal there to do a step-down adapter. It does come with a foot pedal. It does have a 1-year warranty, and it's a very popular machine because feature for feature, compared to anything else on the market, it's a much better deal.
As a point of reference, Ken, I noticed that you mentioned 90,000 RPM.
Yes.
And I compare that to a standard rotary tool like a Dremel, which is about half that.
Oh, most Dremels do that, yeah. Yeah, you can do a lot more with a higher speed, especially with a smaller bit if you want to do piercing. Yeah. Or like do some signature, work. If you want to sign your work, you can do it because it gives you some good control because of the speed. Yeah. So, last but not least of our corded machines, this is, we call our Mighty Marathon. There's a lot of these on the market. A lot of different companies sell them. The only difference is they get anywhere from $175 to $199 for this particular machine. This one does go to 45,000 RPMs. which again is a little faster than most. It comes with a 1/8 inch collet built into it, and you do get step-down adapters that come with it. And our basic website price is $140, so you're going to save money on it. You know, we do give a year warranty on it, where most people give 90 days. And you'll find that if you just want to stick your toe in the water, power carving, this is not a bad way to start. A lot of people use these machines quite extensively. We have instructors that work with us as affiliates, and you know, they buy them 6, 8, 10 at a time to use in their classes and to distribute to their students who may end up, you know, buying it at the end of the class. So it's a very popular machine, and we sell a lot of them, and there's advantages to getting them from Power Carving Depot, you know, price and warranty, etc. Thank you. So one thing I wanted to touch on is, you know, a lot of people say, well, I got a Dremel drill. Well, you know, look at the difference in the size. I don't even know how you could get comfortable holding this to try to carve with it. A lot of them, like this particular model, just has 3 different speeds. So you're stuck with it in the 3 different speeds. Or you can have something that's infinitely variable speed, like on this one. But you can definitely tell, you know, by looking at the size for the comfort level, you know, when you're trying to, you know, do some carving for a couple hours, this thing will kill you. You won't be able to last that long. This one you can go for hours and be fine with it. Okay, and finally, as far as our carvers go, this is our wood whittler. It's a little portable unit, and it's got pretty good power. It does go only to 35,000 RPMs. When we first got these, we tested it and we put a full charge in it, and we just let it run with no load. We just set it on the counter and let it keep going. And we finally shut it off at 15 hours. It was still going. I think under full load and everything, it would be safe to assume you'd probably get 8 or 9 hours out of it. So it's great if you want a little something to travel with, to take up some free time you might have in your trip, or go sit out on your deck and whittle a piece of wood or something. We do call it the wood whittler. And it comes with a 2.35 millimeter chuck, and then we have a 3/32 collet for it. So it comes with a charging cord. It uses a USB type charging cord, and it's a fun little unit to have. You might like it. Hey Baker, what are you doing there, buddy? Baker, come here. So this is my trusty pal Baker, my right hand man, my shop dog, and my happy traveler. Okay, so our dust collector here is a tabletop unit. It's portable. Even has a handle to carry it. It draws in over 700 CFMs a minute, and it does an excellent job if you stay, maybe a foot or a foot and a half away from it, or even maybe 2 feet. It also has a fiberglass shroud that goes around the perimeter of it, so it creates almost like a venturi. So it works a lot better, and there's more to it. And the unit that we have, again, being innovative the way we are, we've actually designed it so it could be used horizontally or vertically. So if you have a tall piece that you're working on, you can stand that thing up on end, and it has an extra shroud on the bottom of it, so it'll keep that venturi. There's also 2 outlets on it, so you can plug your carvers into those. And use it just like an auxiliary outlet. The filters are 10 by 20, I believe, on it. And what it has on the back of it is 3 of those computer cooling fans, big ones. And that's why they work so well in drawing in the dust. We even had some woodturners actually buying these and setting them at the backside of their lathe to collect dust, when they're sanding a bowl or something. So you can use them for a lot of things. They're reasonably quiet. They have a little noise to them, but they spin up good, and they're variable speed. And we feel like it's a wonderful addition to anybody that's doing wood carving. My sister's a wood carver, and she lives in New Hampshire. She doesn't really have a shop, and it's too cold to go outside in the wintertime. So she will actually use that and carve in her kitchen. So you can use them indoors, and it does a great job at collecting the dust. Thank you. Okay, I just wanted to touch on some of the different burrs that are available for wood carving. There's a lot of different burrs. It's almost overwhelming, really. It's almost impossible to carry everything, but you know, always been a bit of an innovator in my lifetime. So one of the things that I pick up on occasionally is, I don't know why people are doing it like this. So I want to point out these little sanding discs, okay? The wood carvers that I really respect and that I think are excellent, like Sammy Long, for instance, you know, he does a lot of sanding, and he was buying these little mandrels that have the screw on top, and you know, he would cut out a little sticky disc and put it on top of that mandrel, and then, you know, get some double-sided tape and, you know, cut out a piece of sandpaper and put it on there. And it was like, holy smokes, little discs, and we have them a little undersized for what the sandpaper is, the 12 millimeter size and the 9 millimeter size, these little guys. And the sandpaper we get for them is cushioned, and it's slightly oversized. So like the pads are 15 millimeter and the discs are 12 millimeter. So you can get into a corner with them and not, you know, gouge the wood. And we have them in 8, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different grits, I believe it is, from like 80 grit up to 320 grit. So, and these are very durable, they stay on. You want to run them at a slow speed, like maybe 9,000 RPMs. And they work great for sanding. And you don't have to waste time with roofing nails or mandrels and cutting out little pieces of sandpaper, which is crazy. And then we have these drum ones too that we found. We didn't create these, but these actually have a wound up roll of sandpaper in there. And so as they wear down, you can just keep unrolling it and you get a fresh piece underneath it. So a great little sanding device. And in keeping with coming up with products that are as good or better than the branded ones out there, we've been able to you know, duplicate the quality, and some designs are a little unique, like the saber-tooth ones. You know, this is an inverted dovetail, which surprisingly some people really like, and they work good. And so where you might pay $18 or $19 or something for one of these, you know, through different suppliers of saber-tooth, these are going to be in the market neighborhood of like $12, I think. And also these here are equivalent to the Kudzall Burrs, for example. Kudzall would typically get $25 or $30 for one of these. These are the bigger ones with the 1/4-inch shank, but we do have the smaller ones too, these little guys here. So instead of paying you know, $25 to $30 each for one of these, we sell the whole kit for $57. So can't beat it, and they work wonderful. And then we have a whole array of different ones that are carbide tipped. A lot of people will use the diamond ones because they're not quite so aggressive if they're smoothing out some of their work. And they also go to with these little white stone ones. Most carvers like using softer wood because it's easier to work with, and generally, you know, they'll use a coarser, either a bit, usually initially, to do some hogging and, you know, get close to the shape they want, and then they start refining it with you know, more pointed tools, or to do an undercut for relief carving and stuff like that. And then when they finally get to the shape that they want, they will typically you know, may go from like a carbide shank bit to a diamond shaped bit, because to smooth it out better. And then from there they may even go to a white stone, and then if they really want a concise, you know, sharp looking finish, they'll do the sanding pads too. You know, so we try to cover all the bases there. And we have these starter kits also, like this is a carbide bit set. So one of these to start out with when you're just going is pretty much adequate. But eventually you'll just keep adding to, you know, when you run into different things, like you might want to do that a bit like that won't conform to the shape you're looking for. So these are the different burrs. Check out our website. You know, we're adding to them all the time. You know, more and more different burr designs and so forth. And we'll be getting the ones that look like little cups pretty soon for you know, doing like little eyeball looking designs and stuff. There's almost no limit, you know, what you can get. And for the different looks that you might want. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, this is a proprietary product that we have. You know, when I took that class with Sandy Long, we took, I don't know, maybe an hour, and we used that underlayment when you're building a shower stall in your bathroom. You go to Home Depot and you buy this stuff off a roll. It's kind of like a sort of like a thick vinyl or something, and you know, tack it to your walls before you pour the concrete on the floor for your shower. And then, you know, we had to trace a leaf and, you know, cut it out and, you know, and do all that, and then put it on our piece and trace it on the piece of wood we were working on to do a relief carving. And so I said, boy, this is kind of crazy. It takes a lot of time. So we've been coming up with these templates, and we have, you know, different ones you can see here, and we're adding more to them all the time. And they're made out of similar material. And so all you got to do is take it out of the bag and put it on your piece and trace it, and you're off to the races doing your carving when you're monkeying around with all of that. And they're very inexpensive. I think they're around $6-7, something like that, and you get a bunch of them, you know. So they're really handy, and again, it's a proprietary product, and make it very enjoyable for your work. Thank you. So our last item that we want to talk about today is if you're just looking for a pyrography burner, we've researched and found these units. They're powerful, they work well. They come with one with a 2-pin and one with a single pin. The price is better than anything you will find, I promise you that. And again, they come with a 1-year warranty, and also come with a variety of different tips. So please check out our website for more details. And you know, if you need a burner, they're compact to carry, to take with you, and they have a nice transformer in there, so they heat up pretty quick. So thanks again, and come see us.